Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Now, Firestorm has been out almost a week now, almost, and yeah, I feel like I've played enough to comfortably review this game. Now, when I say played enough, I don't mean I've played 100 plus hours. I don't have that kind of free time. Coffee, nectar of the gods. I don't have that kind of free time. I wish I did, but I don't. So I feel like I've got myself into a good position to review Firestorm. Now, I wanted to do this video literally the day it came out, but I had to be honest with myself. I don't have that kind of free time. The video would basically be a lie. You cannot review a game unless you've played enough of it to justify to yourself that, right, I know enough about this game to make a video of it. So, without further ado, let's start with the graphics. Now, Firestorm for me is arguably the best looking battle royale mode of them all. It may not be the best, most fun for some people, but for me it is the absolute best looking battle royale mode out there, even better than Rings of Elysium, if that's me saying that right. Now, I won't lie, if that came to console I would play the life out of it, but it's not right now anyway. The Frostbite engine and Battle Royale seem to go hand in hand. I mean, what Criterion Games has done with Firestorm is nothing short of incredible. I've never seen a map this size, this detailed, with destructible buildings. Yes, PUBG has a couple of shacks that you can blow the bollocks out of, but that's the limit. Almost every building in Firestorm you can level, which changes the tactics up quite a bit as well. Unlike the likes of PUBG and stuff, you take a risk hiding in a building. Now, you may argue that all campers do that. Depending on your playstyle, Firestorm will force you to change things up. And that in turn is only made possible because of the Frostbite engine itself. Now, moving on to my second little one. Looting. Now, looting right now is in a place of contention. Now, there are a lot of people inside the Battlefield community that have a much bigger say than I possibly ever will as to how they feel the looting system works, and a lot of them don't like it. I mean, but at the end of the day, a lot of them are PC players. Now, if you don't know, in PUBG, for example, the looting system is incredibly refined. Now, I even say that. Even on the console version and the mobile version, I love the looting system in PUBG. On PC, it's super fast to pick up what you want. It's insanely fast. You get enough practice doing that, it literally only takes you a couple of seconds to get what you want and move on. So that, in my opinion, is great, but I kind of like the risk involved with looting right now in Firestorm. It feels more hand in hand with the whole risk reward method that goes into, obviously, looting in general, because you walk into your house, your footsteps are as loud as anything. I mean, that's one thing Frostbite does extraordinarily well, aside from graphics. The audio quality is unparalleled. The team at DICE that works on the audio are fantastic. They do a hell of a job, and you just cannot argue with the quality of the audio in this game. Now, when you kill someone, they don't drop a box like in PUBG or a metal crate like in Apex. It spills out around the character like Fortnite. Now, with Fortnite, this works particularly well, and it's never really been a problem because you can carry X amount of ammo and it never really affects your inventory directly, only the amount of weapons you're carrying, so on and so forth. Whereas in Firestorm, if you look at my inventory right now, I have a brave bit of kit on me, so if I died, 3 different types of loot will drop, 3 weapons will drop, 3 gadgets will drop. Now, that's quite a bit to spill out of a single person's body. Now, as of making this video, I have seen a clip on Twitter where they have showed that they've added item collision. So instead of the items literally being piled up on top of each other and it being extraordinarily hard to pick up what you want. Now, that's, for me, is the only problem that Firestorm currently has for me personally. It's hard to pick up the items. Now, I don't mind the system. I don't mind the current system. But as I was saying, there has been a video posted on Battlefield's Twitter showing that they've added item collision, so the items no longer land. They do land, still land on top of each other, but they're not like inside each other, so it's incredibly hard to pick up. Say you wanted a flare gun, but the box of ammo, which you can't lift because you've got too much, is literally covering it. You can see the icon, but you can't hit X at it because it keeps telling you to pick up the ammo. All that's been sorted, and they have said that this is just the start of more improvements and stuff. And I'm hazarding a guess this means that there's going to be a box system implemented, because obviously if the majority want it, they'll bring it in. I don't have any problem with that. I like the current system, but if it changes over time and it makes more people happy, then I happily hold my hands up and just say, that's fine, that's nothing to do with me, I don't make the game. Now 2, the combat in Firestorm is absolutely unbelievable. Now, my main problem with Blackout and Black Ops 4 in general was that the extra health that they give you in the Blackout mode carried over to the multiplayer mode. So Black Ops 4 is the first COD game which feels like a Battlefield game in terms of health, which for me is absolutely stupid and sort of blurs its identity. COD used to be fast paced, you could kill pretty quickly, but for some strange reason the rules have reversed. Battlefield has got much quicker, which I do enjoy, and COD's got much slower. It's like they're taking turns doing things, but I thought that was daft, and I thought that was a very lazy way of developing that game. Now, Battlefield 5, the fast, fluent, very quick time to kill multiplayer is one way, Firestorm is another, which works pretty well considering obviously in Firestorm you only have one life. Now, as you can see in the gameplay footage behind you, I spotted a guy in this house. I can still hear him, but he can hear me, and I am aware of this. So I know for a fact that if I enter this building, he's going to know what direction I'm coming from. I lost the element of surprise when the 2 Panzerfausts didn't do enough damage to substantially hurt him. It broke his armor, it did a small amount of damage. I still got enough health that if I run in face first, I'm going to get it blown off. Now I notice another guy in the distance and I make a judgment call to leave. This gameplay, this is one of the things that I love so much about Firestorm. Like moments like this, the heat of the moment decisions, so on and so forth. I mean, tactics seem to be so much more important in Firestorm than any other battle royale I've played, and for that it takes a certain kind of team to be able to pull that off. PUBG doesn't feel tactical at all. PUBG is just a listening game. Now, I'm not saying Firestorm isn't like that in most cases, but there are moments like this where I know he's in there. I don't hear him moving anymore. He did not run away, because if he ran away, obviously I would have heard him, and the sounds would have been getting farther away. But every time I hear him move, he is still in front of me while I'm looking at this house. He is in there. But I know if I go in there, guns blazing, he's going to know where I'm coming from, and he's just going to cut me in half. It's a gamble I did not want to take. Now, moving on to the available features at the start. Solos is here, squads is here. Duos is coming as a part-time game mode. That's a good way to put it. Now, I understand the decision behind this, but at the same time I'm all for people having the choice. If you only have squads and solos, then the player base is only going to be separated amongst squads and solos. You have squads, duos and solos, then obviously there's another third option to choose, and then there's the player base fragmented a bit more. That isn't generally a problem, because it doesn't seem to be a problem for other battle royale games. Sorry, but at the end of the day, if people want it and it's gonna encourage people to play the game, it should be here permanently, not part time. Now, as of making this video, it hasn't even been here yet, so when in time it should be. Now, moving on to the ending screen, the victory screen, which you will see at the end of this video gameplay. It is quite underwhelming. It is, obviously, the game is only out a week. You know, things can change. Obviously, things will change over time. But it is rather underwhelming. V for victory. I mean, that made sense in Winston Churchill's speech. Yes, of course, that's history. But if you want people to be excited about a game, keep playing, come back, like, that's not even a pat in the back, in my opinion. But I'm happy with it. Firestorm, just for me in general, is an absolute blisteringly great success for Battlefield 5 in general. Up until this point, there has been so much negativity, hate, people never happy. Now, there is an undeniable fact that you will never please everyone. But right now, the community is so divided. It's like there is literally two camps. One that loves Battlefield 5 for what it is, and one that's just constantly asking for things to change. And I don't mean RSP. Everyone wants RSP. I think that's the only thing that both sides want, RSP. But one side is happy with how the mechanics and stuff work, the time to kill, blah blah blah. The other side is the complete polar opposite. Now that's two camps having a tug of war over one game. Now, this can either help DICE improve and create the best Battlefield they've ever made. Now, 6-7 months time, maybe a year's time, Battlefield 5 could turn out to be the best Battlefield they've ever made. But it could also destroy the game irreparably in the process. I've been part of communities in the past for shooters which have single-handedly been the reason why the game got either crap or basically just it got so messed up and jumbled up that it was unrecognizable from what it was at the start. Now, that example I'm referring to is Massive Action Game, which was a massive shooter for PlayStation 3. And when I mean massive, I mean it has a player count which no game to this date I have seen, except maybe PlanetSide 2. I think PlanetSide 2 is the only other one that's ever either done it or beat it in terms of the amount of players on one map. And they were quite community focused, and to their credit, they tried to give people what they wanted. They tried to keep everybody happy, but in the end, I'm trying not to swear, but it royally fucked up that game. So much kept changing, weapons kept changing, all sorts. This is just something I've experienced which I really do not want to happen to Battlefield. Now, thank you for listening to me talk in this video. This was my review for Firestorm. If I had to give it a number, I would give it a 8 out of 10. Now, the only reason I give it an 8 is there is sometimes the odd graphical glitch I've come across, which it's just literally just polish. The looting system currently, the improvements I talked about haven't actually been implemented yet, so they bring that number down. In 6 months' time, I will revisit Firestorm and I will review it again in a much more professional manner, and I will see if obviously my number rating goes up. Now, thanks for watching, and please enjoy the rest of this gameplay. It's my first solo win, and yeah, I just about to make a complete noob mistake as well. Don't roast me too much. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video.
Ugh.